Hello, welcome back. Listen closely, repeat after me, and let's master the native sound simplifications that give you instant authority. Let's jump in. Let's begin with rural. This is one of the most difficult words in English because of the consecutive R sounds. Most British native speakers say rural. A useful tip is to practice it slowly. Roo, rural, rural. Next we have brewery. Many learners mistakenly add an extra W sound. Instead, native speakers usually say brewery. Keep the word flowing smoothly without saying brewery. Now let's look at jewellery. Whether you see the American spelling jewelry or the British spelling jewelry, the pronunciation is very similar. Most native speakers say jewellery. Notice how quickly the middle syllable is spoken. Moving on to almond. In British English, you'll commonly hear almond. In American English, many speakers don't pronounce the L at all and simply say almond. Both pronunciations are widely accepted. Our next word is salmon. Although it's spelled with an L, you'll never hear it. Native speakers simply say salmon. The same silent L appears in words like calm, palm, and psalm. Now for one of English's famous words. Thorough. In British English, it's usually pronounced thorough. The GH is completely silent. Staying with the or family, let's look at though. This one's nice and short. Native speakers simply say though. Just one syllable. Next comes through. Although it's spelled similarly, it's pronounced through. This is a perfect example of why English spelling can be so unpredictable. Now compare that with thought. Native speakers say thought. You'll hear the same vowel sound in words like bought, caught, taught, and fought. Finally, we have tough. Despite sharing the same letters, it's pronounced tough. So remember this pattern. Though, T-H-O-H, through, T-H-R-O-O, thought, T-H-A-W-T, tough, T-U-F, thorough, T-H-U-R-A. Let's continue with analysis. Many learners accidentally shorten this word, but native speakers usually pronounce all four syllables. Analysis. Notice that the stress falls on now, so think now, sis. Next we have data. This is a great example of a word with two accepted pronunciations. You'll hear data and data. Both are correct. However, in technology, business and science, data is now the most common pronunciation internationally. Now let's look at either. Again, English gives us two correct options, either and either. A simple memory trick is the famous phrase, you say either, I say either. Choose one and use it consistently. Naturally, neither follows the same pattern. So, if you say either, then say neither. If you say either, then say neither. Native speakers usually keep the pair matched. Moving on to an important academic word, thesis. The correct pronunciation is thesis. Be careful not to say thesis. The first syllable has a long E sound. And here's a useful bonus. The plural theses is pronounced theses. Now for a slightly longer word, hypothesis. Most native speakers say hypothesis. Notice that the stress is not on the first syllable. The strongest syllable is poth. Think hi, poth, sis. Next comes statistics. This word is extremely common in business and research. Native speakers usually say statistics. The stress falls on tis. So avoid statistics and say statistics. Let's continue with economics. Interestingly, both of these are correct, economics and economics. The important thing is that the stress always falls on nom. You'll hear both versions from educated native speakers. Now here's a classic English spelling trap. Psychology. Although the word begins with P, the P is completely silent. Native speakers say psychology. The same rule applies to words like psychiatry, psychic, and pneumonia. English often hides letters that it never pronounces. Finally, we have sociology. Many learners speak this word too quickly, but native speakers usually pronounce all 5 syllables clearly. Sociology. The stress falls on ol, so don't compress it into 3 or 4 syllables. Let each part of the word come through. Now it's your turn. Read each word out loud, copy the native pronunciation, and notice which sounds disappear. These small pronunciation changes will make your English sound much more natural. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share with your friends, family, and pets. And just in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.